Today, we've got our first look at Samsung's next big foldable, the Galaxy Z Fold 8, and it's not just a simple upgrade, there's reports of an entirely new model joining the lineup. Let's rewind for a second. The Fold 7 finally felt like Samsung had nailed the formula, slimmer, easier to use, and much better overall. But according to multiple reports, Samsung is shaking things up again. Now, we're not just getting the usual Fold 8 this time round, but also a brand new square version with a 1:1 aspect ratio. Now, details on this are very thin right now, but if it's true, it could completely change how people think about foldables. But what do you guys think? Would you prefer the classic Fold or a square one? Now, as for the main Z Fold 8, the front display is still going to be a 6.5-inch display with a 120Hz refresh rate, but Samsung are pushing the brightness up to a huge 3000 nits with even better color accuracy. Now, bezels are trimmed down, and once again, we're hearing of rumors of a punch-hole camera on the external display, but this is one of those rumors that seem to pop up every year, so take it with a pinch of salt for now. On the inside, we're looking at an 8-inch 120Hz OLED with a brand new protective layer for more durability. And here's the big deal. Paired with a redesigned hinge and a laser-drilled metal display plate, Samsung is aiming to finally eliminate the crease in the center of the display, and early reports are suggesting that it could be invisible to the eye. Now, we could also see the return of the under-display camera on the inside display, something they removed on the Fold 7, but they're now apparently bringing back with improved technology. Now let's talk cameras, because this is where things get really interesting. Now, we were sent a prototype design from an unknown source, so take this one carefully, and based on that, I've put together these renders. Now, as you can see, the camera bump is a lot bigger, very similar to what we see on Samsung's Edge models. Now, of course, I can't 100% verify this, but the source claimed that the larger camera module housing isn't just about optics either. It's about making the phone slimmer overall while still allowing for a bigger 5000 mAh battery, and also with the extra space, Samsung can squeeze in some extra cameras, and if true, we'd be looking at a 200 megapixel primary, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide, a 50 megapixel telephoto, a 12 megapixel secondary telephoto, plus a time-of-flight sensor, basically bringing the Fold in line with the Ultra series. Now, that's a massive step up, because if there's one thing that the Folds have lacked, it's matching the Ultra in photography. Now, on top of that, the changes mean that the Fold 8 could measure in at just 7.5mm when folded, and this would make it the slimmest yet, from Samsung of course. Performance-wise, it's going to be no surprise that it's coming with the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2, paired with 16GB of RAM and up to 2TB of storage, but we could also see LPDDR5X memory, so you get a big boost for productivity and gaming. Add Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, and all of the expected AI software improvements, and you're looking at a true flagship spec sheet. Now, here's the downside, and of course, that's the price. If these leaks are right, we're going to be looking at a price increase, and we're probably looking at around $2,100 at launch. Now, that is steep even by Samsung standards, but if they're bringing ultra-level cameras and a crease-free display, then it could be worth it. Of course, it's still very early days. The Fold 8 is expected to launch around July 2026, and right now leaks are based on prototypes that may never reach the market. Sometimes information gets misinterpreted, and sometimes designs even change, so keep in mind this isn't locked in just yet. And as I said, I can't verify the legitimacy of this new design leak, so take it with a grain of salt for now. But of course, if this does turn out to be correct, it's going to be an epic phone. And of course, if it doesn't, then I'm going to be sharing anything else as soon as it comes in. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.